Looking back, it seems that I spent most of my adult life wishing I could play a musical instrument. Then back in early 2020, when the pandemic hit the UK and it became obvious that we would all be under house arrest for a good while, I decided that now was the time to learn to play something or to admit defeat. I wanted to learn an instrument that was portable, preferably in a backpack and definitely in the campervan, and which was relatively easy to learn, and so I decided to go back to school days and try the recorder. After a few weeks learning to play the soprano recorder, I eventually decided to put all my efforts into learning the alto recorder, which to my ears has a much more mellow sound. Fast forward a couple of years and looking to add a bit of spice to the daily ritual of recorder practice, I came across electronic wind instruments on YouTube and decided to give it a go. As I wanted to avoid the steep learning curve of learning to play a new woodwind instrument, and although the Re.corder by Artinoise is based on the soprano recorder, it offered the lowest barrier to learning I could find available at a decent price. So what do you get in the box? The soprano Re.corder itself, with a clear plastic mute plug already fitted, and a USB-A to micro USB charging cable. It's worth noting at this point that the Artinoise does not hardwire connect to a phone, tablet or PC, but instead uses Bluetooth. The micro USB is for charging only. You also get a spare mute plug, a cleaning rod, and you will need a piece of lint-free material just to make it useful. So you can play the Artinoise as a soprano recorder in the traditional way by blowing through it, or you can play electronically when connected to a PC or an Android or Apple device by blowing or simply touching the mouthpiece to your lips with the mute plug added. You can also simply use the note holes, which have sensors, to play music independently. The real magic happens through the Artinoise app, but first job is to charge it up. When you open the app, the first order of business after agreeing to the obvious permissions is to connect the Artinoise to your device. Simply press and hold the circle button and tap rescan, and as soon as the recorder appears in the list, simply choose it. There's then a gentle introduction to show you how touching a note hole can appear on the device recorder image in real time, followed by a guided introduction to the notes to play a scale and a link to the tutorials. When it comes to connecting thereafter, having followed the same process, I was taken to the option to register and create a profile. However, selecting skip takes you to what is effectively the home page to either learn, play or engage in a duet with another Artinoise player. Tap the settings icon to enter a plethora of options, the first of which allows you to switch the experience between a kid's look and feel and the 1980s neon profile that I actually prefer. Under the Mode tab, pressing the positive or negative symbols allows you to switch between blowing normally, simply touching the sensor to your lips, or using the note holes as a keyboard. To make a change between these options, just press and hold the circle button and tap Send. News and Easy Connect are explained, and Quick Start takes you to the start screen again. I'm not totally sure why. At this stage, I've absolutely no idea what all the advanced MIDI options do, and so left everything as is. Once I've progressed to using the Artinoise recorder as a MIDI device, I'll hopefully be able to generate a video with some explanations. In the meantime, here's the options in all their glory. In terms of fingering, I learned the recorder using the Baroque setup, so this stays the same for me. The Device tab confirms which instrument is currently connected, and the Help tab contains a wealth of information, particularly for anyone starting off with the recorder. Clicking on the home icon to go to the Learn, Play and Duo options, and then tapping on Learn allows you to choose an instrument and then work through a series of tunes with the help of the app. You do, however, have to score enough points to pass from one tune to the next. Similarly, if you go to the Play option and choose the Jam session, you can see any and all random notes as they're played, and a cool feature is that by moving the recorder up, you can create a vibrato. Simply highlighting any instrument and not tapping Next allows you to play freestyle without choosing from the preset menu. As previously mentioned, to go up an octave, hold the circle button and quickly tap the square button whilst making sure the green LED flashes. And to go down an octave, it's hold the circle button and tap the triangle button. In my limited experience so far, I reckon the keyboard function is probably best for percussion, but we shall see. So what do I think? I would like it if there was an off function rather than just going on standby, and I found it required some hard blowing in some rare cases in electronic mode. However, I think it's a really nice bit of kit with huge potential, and if there's enough interest in this video, I'll do a follow-up as I learn about using the MIDI function and mixing music in Windows. As a learning tool, I reckon it's really good. I taught my 3 adopted grandchildren to play the recorder online during lockdown, and an Artinoise would have allowed them to learn so much faster, as well as providing plenty of options for the future. It's all good.